free and fair markets need free and fair democracies.
Globalization will necessarily include the need of some minimal standards, I would say, which will include democracy and human rights as a base. We are, for instance, Chile is signing free trade agreements, for instance, with the European Union, and within this context, we are also including some commitment with democracy and human rights.
And again, what's important is it's not just the United States in this process, it's all the countries of the Americas who signed the Inter-American Democratic Charter, and on September 11th, 2001, they signed a commitment to help people defend their democratic institutions. And so we need to have our Latin American neighbors help us on that. We need to have Canada help us in that effort, because we want to work with Chile as it opens its markets and opens its doors to the rest of the world. And as it serves as an example, frankly, for the rest of Latin America of what can be accomplished in a relatively short period of time if you make tough decisions and open your economy up and protect basic property rights and have a national consensus where politicians agree, maybe not on everything, but on basic things about how an economy should grow and how a society should function.
First, I want to ask you, Minister Walker. Generally, foreign policies are greatly influenced. Greatly influenced of ministers' point of view on foreign affairs. However, a majority of people may not agree with his point, and conflict or controversies may happen. So, if it happens, what strategy do you use to compromise with them?
Good question. Foreign policy is a state policy. No? So it not only depends on each administration according to its political or ideological views. We try to commit our state, our nation, to foreign policy. My job, my role as a Minister of Foreign Relations in Chile, it's not only to represent the coalition, the political coalition that rules my country today, but to represent the country at large, no? Because it's the image of this country towards other countries, towards the world. So I try to perform this role not as a representative of the government, but of the state. And of course, as it is a democracy, when we have differences with the opposition, there are several political parties in Chile, there's a parliament. I was a member of parliament for 8 years, so I know about compromising, negotiation. It's part of the way we settle disputes or differences, and that's the way foreign policy works in democracy.
Just to add to that, in our system, identical thing, but it's not the Minister of Foreign Affairs who comes up with the policy. I come up with ideas and recommendations for the President.
That's right.
And so the President's foreign policies are the ones that I execute in the name of the President. Why in the name of the President? Because he was elected by the people. I wasn't elected, he wasn't elected. We're servants of our system. We work for the state. Now, because we are both democracies, there are always arguments taking place. You cannot have a democracy unless you do have disagreement. You cannot have a democracy unless ideas clash, unless champions come along and push ideas, and other people come along and attack those ideas. That's the nature of democracy. As long as it's done in a system which allows open expression, has a free media, has a legislature that watches it, has a court system that watches it, then it works. Now, the key thing is that even the President and his President, President Lagos, they form foreign policy. It's their foreign policy. But where do they get it from? They get it from the people. They are carrying the hopes and aspirations and desires of the Chilean and the American people in their hearts and minds. And where do they get it? They get it through an election. And what happens if people don't like what they see? Next time election comes, they're gone. That's
it.
democracy.